Alright. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Tech Talk Tuesday, February 24th, 2015, the day of our Lord, Richard Stallman. And I am late on this podcast, or Twitchcast, I don't know what to call it. But there's several things I saw in the techosphere that I thought was pretty interesting. And first of them being the little CT scan of a mummy with inside of a Buddha statue, which was pretty neat, shown by Jet. Say hi. Hello, there we go. And it's pretty cool. Maybe one of these days he's like actually immortal and he's just stuck in there, and so he'll like burst out and save the world, or probably just light himself on fire. Who knows? That was a fucked up joke. But the big, we'll go to the big news at the end. But you know how Lenovo a couple weeks back was hit for having Superfish on their systems, which is adware, and it was pre-installed. It was pretty terrible, in the sense that it would cause people to get pop-ups and everything. The moment it's Superfish itself isn't a bad software. The problem is that it's a shitty software, in the sense that it was not well patched. It didn't have any security, and it was easily exploited by quote-unquote hackers. So apparently, after the lawsuit finally ensued and Lenovo finally acknowledged that they've sent out millions of computer systems with this virus on it, now they are finally going into figuring out a more lightweight image to put on their computers by default. Personally, I would like just, bare bones Windows. Probably a good, GNU Linux. That would be nice, but hey, I can't get everything I want. They got to get kickbacks from somewhere, and default pre-installed software is their biggest kickback. Go to hell, Norton. But either way, at least, I guess this is the kind of the lighter side of it. Lenovo has put out a big, huge public apology for this. And a little background on Lenovo. Lenovo is a great company that has its roots in IBM when they made only ThinkPads. And Lenovo has been around for a while, but they bought out the ThinkPads from IBM, and ThinkPads have like the reputation of being really well built and really lightweight, so you can take it in the business world and then create your own stuff on top. And I guess for the most part they are doing that, but I guess now if you buy a Lenovo computer, between now and whenever they get this completely fixed, be sure to run Combo Fix right at boot up. Here, let me show you. I think that's the website. It's probably not. Yeah, it's probably not. Screw it. Not even worth it. You figure it out yourself. Beyond that, I think that, I don't know. I don't know. I love Lenovo as a company. They own Motorola now, but I think this jaded a lot of the public view on them. But to the next story I have, and it's that the fact that Google decided, oh look, our original Google Chromebook Pixel was successful, let's make a sequel. The Google Chromebook Pixel was a Chromebook. Now, Chromebooks are... Do you know what a Chromebook is, Jet?
I have no idea.
Chromebook is Chrome OS, Chromium OS is a operating system made by Google that lets you it prioritizes the browser on startup, so it's a really fast startup. And the problem is that you have to basically be connected to the internet for it to even fucking work. Ugh.
That would be super obnoxious.
Yeah. I mean, they've changed it with the years and made it a lot better, but the Chromebook Pixel was basically the MacBook of Chromebooks. Yeah, that's another thing, validation of games. We'll get into that another day, though. That's a good conversation. Basically, the Chromebook Pixel is, or was originally basically a MacBook in a Chromebook in $1,000+. It was like $1,800 originally. Oh my fucking god. For something that didn't even have specs to rival an HP $400 computer. The only thing that it had was an awesome build quality like a MacBook. Which, you can get that anywhere. But why not? I guess it's the Ferraris or whatever of Chromebooks. As if that carries any prestige. But the Chromebook Pixel was confirmed. Google says that they don't expect to sell a lot of them. I think it's more of something to be showy, to show that they can engineer stuff after. And you know what? Google pays the money for really great engineers. I mean, the Google Glass is really cool. And I think it was very well engineered. The price was extremely high, so it didn't have as much hype as it should have because of the price. I felt that they could have subsidized it or brought it to stores or something to be displayed and all that a little bit better, but hey, that's on Google. But they did say that there was a second Google Glass coming out. But this one, here, let's actually look at the specs. Yeah, of the original Pixel. And you'll kind of and I expect the specs of this thing to be kind of reflected in the new one. I mean, yeah, it has a beautiful screen. Who cares? It has a great touch. Who cares? It has great build quality. Yeah, it's great and all. But they don't even mention the specs. I have to look somewhere else. Here, let me see if I can find it. I know I found it the other day from Google when I was preparing to. There we go. It only has 4 gigs of RAM. It has an i5, yeah, cool. But at that price point, you have to be getting an i7. If you're not getting an i7, you're not getting any of your money's worth. And if you're not getting at least 16 gigs of RAM nowadays, you're not getting your money's worth. It's kind of like the Razer Blade laptop. Beautiful laptop, well built. Problem is that the RAM is soldered on. I mean, I think they finally decided to make it a 16 gigabyte RAM option, so that's a good thing. But still, it's really overpriced for what it is. And you can get much better desktops, or laptops for that matter, for the same price. I don't know. It's just, we'll have to wait and see. There's obviously a market for it. Probably Google employees or people that just like overpriced stuff that are really just luxury items that don't really have much use. But wow. I guess there's a huge market for that. Well, suddenly I'm convinced I'm gonna buy a Chromebook Pixel. No, I'm kidding. We'll never do that. But like the original Chromebook Pixel came with only 32 gigs of memory space, and then offered 1 terabit of cloud storage. Woo! For 3 years. They can go to hell for that. So, I think it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I just don't have much hope for it. Now, the big news that I thought was amazing is DirectX 12, which Microsoft states that you can have AMD and NVIDIA hardware in your computer, and they will work together. Now, the big thing about DirectX 12, because it's a complete and total overhaul over DirectX 11, where basically you're going to be able to run dual graphics card and have both of those graphics cards' memory equal or be added together, which is great. So now you can buy two cheaper, 750 Ti's for like $200. Buy two of them, and you can have basically the equivalent of a 980. For half the price, which is amazing. And I'm really excited about that. The only thing is that DirectX 12 is going to be only on Windows 10, and Windows 10 is going to be free for basically everybody that has Windows 8 or Windows 7, which is, good and all. I'm definitely excited to see this feature and to see how this is implemented, and hopefully it's as good as it is promising. I don't want the early days of DirectX 9 back. I mean, DirectX 9, when it was first implemented, was a little bit buggy, but then they fixed it pretty promptly. Let's see, what do they say? However, reports mention drawback to its hardware agnostic approach is expected to this development would put optimization on the developers creating games, which might lead to less polished finished products for the user. And that is a speculation, but I'm pretty sure. I guess it'll be harder to optimize games properly. But you know what? That's on the, developer side. And honestly, as we established last week, developers are getting lazy for the most part when they churn out the same kind of games over and over. Especially games like H1Z1. There's like 40 different games that are basically ripoffs of DayZ, and DayZ is basically a ripoff of Stalker. So, anywho, today was a pretty short and simple, sweet Tech Talk Tuesday, mostly because Matt and John, they are nowhere to be seen right now. So I'm so lonely. No, not really. But I'm thinking that we're going to call it a night for this, and I'm going to start streaming like some game that will be awesome to watch. Alright, later everyone.